Welcome back to the Altcoin Explorer channel, where we cut through the noise and bring you the real data behind the charts. My name is Biswajit, and today we're diving into a critical moment for Bitcoin as it hits a wall of resistance. But before you assume the worst, there are signs, subtle but powerful, that might just flip the narrative. Plus, we'll take a close look at Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and Chainlink, all showing different patterns across timeframes that could set the stage for the next big move. Make sure you stick around until the end. There's more happening than what you see at first glance. Let's start with Bitcoin on the 4-day chart. The supertrend indicator remains bearish, printing red across this timeframe, which confirms what we've been seeing: macro hesitation. But here's the kicker: the MACD on the weekly chart is showing declining bearish momentum. We're seeing the same kind of curve and behavior that we saw back in July 2024, which, if you remember, preceded a minor rally before consolidation. Zooming into the 3-day chart, Bitcoin has once again touched the critical $86,000 to $88,000 resistance zone. This is the area I've been warning about for weeks. And just like clockwork, Bitcoin got rejected nearly perfectly at $86,000. You can't say the charts didn't try to tell us, but here's what matters. Are we setting up for a reversal, or just testing old levels before a major move? Let's break this down. On the daily time frame, we recently saw a bullish breakout above the descending trend line sitting around $83,000. But guess what? The price is now coming back for a retest. Retests are crucial. If Bitcoin can hold above that $83,000 region and bounce convincingly, then we're looking at a potential confirmation of support, textbook bullish structure. But if we break back below that level with a daily candle close, then the breakout could be invalidated, setting the stage for another drop back into the low $80,000s or even $78,000 range. Watch this area closely. This is where the market decides. Yes, the daily bullish divergence is still active and playing out. That's part of the reason we saw a bounce from the $74,000 support level, which we've discussed here before as a critical line in the sand. Usually daily divergences can play out for 1 to 3 weeks, so we're still within that window. This doesn't mean we're heading straight up, but choppy sideways movement or a small relief rally is often what follows. And based on current price action, that's what we're seeing. Let's talk about liquidity. Recently, a wave of shorts were liquidated near $85,000, sparking a minor short squeeze. But as we push toward the $86,000 to $88,000 range again, liquidity builds just above current levels. Meanwhile, there's noticeably less liquidity on the downside, meaning if we break bearish, the fall could be quick and aggressive. This is a classic setup for volatility. Watch for fakeouts and stop hunting in the next 24 to 48 hours. Now, shifting gears to Ethereum. Nothing much has changed on the macro trend. It's still bearish. But on the weekly chart, ETH is bouncing from strong historical support between $1,400 and $1,550. If Bitcoin manages to stabilize or push upward, ETH could continue its bounce and revisit the $1,700 to $1,800 zone. But if BTC dips further, ETH will likely revisit the low 1,400s or even dip into high 1,300s, especially if it breaks the weekly support. Again, just like BTC, ETH is walking a tightrope between reclaiming strength and falling into deeper correction. Moving on to Solana, and this one is interesting. We're currently retesting the old support zone between $120 to $130, a level that flipped into short-term resistance. We're hovering just under $130, which means we haven't confirmed a breakout yet. There's also a daily bullish divergence in play here too, just like Bitcoin. That means the short-term bias leans slightly bullish, but we can't ignore key resistance zones. If SOL breaks above $130 and closes a few daily candles above it, we could easily see a move toward $144 to $150. But failure here means more sideways chop or a revisit of the $110 support. Solana is still range-bound, but poised for a breakout either direction. XRP is still doing what XRP does: slow grind, messy structure. On the 3-day chart, a massive bearish divergence is still in play, and price action has respected it. XRP is trading within a descending channel, forming lower highs and lower lows. Recently it bounced from around $1.74 and tested resistance between $2.15 to $2.20. But as of now, it's rejecting from that zone, which is technically bearish unless we can break above it. Next upside target would be around $2.48 to $2.56, but only if we can clear this near-term hurdle. Otherwise, the downward channel continues. Keep an eye out for a breakdown below $1.74. That would be a strong signal for more downside toward $1.60. Chainlink is still holding up in its own way, thanks to a daily bullish divergence that's helping it recover some short-term momentum. We saw a breakout above the $12.80 Fibonacci level, but Chainlink is struggling to hold that area. If we can confirm support above this zone, Link could attempt a move toward $13.70 or even $14.20. However, we're still in a macro downtrend. Lower highs and lower lows persist. The bullish divergence only gives us temporary relief, not a trend reversal, at least not yet. Longer term, we need to see Link break above $15 to $16 to start building a real case for a bullish structure. Now if you're trading these moves, here's what to focus on. BTC, watch $83,000 like a hawk. If we bounce here, there's room to climb. If we break down, short-term bearish pressure will mount. ETH, track BTC's lead. As long as ETH holds above $1,400, there's room for a relief rally. SOL, if it breaks above $130, long setups could target $144 or more. XRP, risky unless we see a confirmed break above $2.20. Link, wait for confirmation above $12.80 or even $13.50 before jumping in. Remember, in uncertain conditions, preserve capital first, seek profits second. So, is Bitcoin's rejection a cause for panic? Not necessarily. We're still within a critical retest range and the bullish divergence on the daily chart is still active. But we're at the edge. Confirmation is key. Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and Chainlink all mirror this uncertainty but show unique opportunities depending on how Bitcoin behaves next. These are the moments that define portfolios. Stay sharp, stay informed, and stay subscribed. If you want to trade these setups with bonuses and discounts on fees, check out the links in the description below to claim up to $50,000 in bonuses on TWIT or get a lifetime 10% fee discount on Bitex. And don't forget, if you want to learn how to trade crypto in any market, bullish, bearish, or sideways, watch the two videos popping up on your screen right now. The one on the top left shows you how to profit from both long and short positions, and the one on the bottom left breaks down how to trade during choppy sideways markets. That's all for now. Stay safe, trade smart, and I'll see you in the next one.